Since 1975, Decoustics has been manufacturing custom interior ceiling panels, wall panels, and systems. With a strong commitment to quality, innovation, and service, Decoustics has garnered consistent renown and satisfaction in the architectural, construction, and interiors industries. Decoustics' range of premium custom ceiling and wall systems includes Decoustics Ceilencio, custom-engineered 100% downwardly accessible ceiling suspension system. Today we are going to show the correct procedures to install a Decoustics Ceilencio ceiling system with Claro finished acoustical panels. Before starting the installation of the Ceilencio ceiling suspension system, it is important to check that all the required components have been received. It is essential to use the Ceilencio custom ceiling system installation guide as a reference, as it gives accurate step-by-step installation instructions. Torsion spring, spring retainer clip, KFIA spring retainer clip, splice plate, perimeter butterfly, butterfly type B1, butterfly type B2, wood tapping screw, white gloves used when handling the Claro ceiling panels, grid hole punch, panel removal tool, power drill, multi-angled butterfly, grid and ceiling layout drawings, grid members. Once all required components have been verified, it is time to start mapping out the Ceilencio grid utilizing the panel layout and grid layout drawings. When starting the installation of the Ceilencio ceiling grid, make sure there is adequate space on the floor or another level surface to assemble the grid components. To assemble the grid components, it is essential to assemble sections of the Ceilencio grid in workable sizes or ladders. To start, lay out the grid and butterflies on the level surface. Using the grid layout plan, accurately locate and attach the butterflies to the long grid members using the number 10 3/8 type A screw. When installing the butterflies, remember that they are installed with the hump facing up. Use a clamp to help keep the butterflies in correct location before they are secured with a screw. This will ensure proper alignment. It is important to ensure the orientation of the butterflies matches the project drawings. Use the supplied grid layout plan, measure the distance between the butterflies, and continue to secure the butterflies to the grid. Continue securing the butterflies and grid together. It is important to only assemble the grid into workable ladders. Use a splice plate to join grid pieces together. If there are other areas of the grid that are weak, secure grid together before moving ladders into the ceiling. It is important when installing the Ceilencio grid that it is level. To do this, Decoustics recommends using a laser level. Before placing the grid into the ceiling, it is important to make sure there is enough hanger wire to secure the Ceilencio grid to the ceiling. When doing this, make sure to use the laser level as a guide to ensure seamless installation. When installing the Ceilencio grid ladders, use the hanger wire as a support. The hanger wire will support the grid while it is suspended in the ceiling, allowing the installer time to secure the Ceilencio grid ladders together. Using the grid hole punch, punch a hole in the Ceilencio grid and feed the hanger wire through the hole. Use the laser level to ensure the level installation of the Ceilencio grid. Stabilize the Ceilencio grid using materials found on site. Stabilizers are not supplied by Decoustics. When handling Decoustics Claro sealing, clean, lightweight gloves should be worn to prevent the panels from becoming soiled. For cleaning instructions, visit Decoustics.com. To insert the torsion spring into the spring retainer clip, depress the torsion spring and slip the spring retainer on the end like shown. To ensure consistency, measure the location of the butterfly plate on the grid and transfer that information onto the panel. This will indicate where to place the spring retainers on the panels. Using a pair of channel lock pliers, or something similar, snap the spring retainer on the aluminum panel edge. Make sure the center of the spring retainer is aligned with the butterfly. To install a panel in the Ceilencio grid, depress the torsion springs that are located on the corners of the panels and insert into the butterfly clips that are located on the grid. Once the first two torsion springs are attached to the grid, swing the bottom of the panel upward and depress the torsion springs on the opposite side of the panel and insert into the butterfly clips. Gently push the panel, one side at a time, upwards until the panel locks into position. Measure the location of the sprinkler head. Transfer the distance between the panel edge and the sprinkler heads to the back of the Claro panel, and using a small piece of wire, make a hole in the back of the panel, making sure to penetrate the panel face. For accuracy, double-check all measurements. Flip the panel over, and using the appropriate sized hole saw drill bit, drill a hole through the panel face. To gain access to the plenum, insert the blade removal tool into the gap between the installed panels. Orient the hook side of the tool towards the panel to be removed. The blade removal tool must engage the continuous notch that is incorporated into the edge of the Claro panel. Once the removal tool is engaged with the Claro panel edge, apply gentle downward pressure to disengage the Claro panel from its installed position on the Ceilencio grid. Once the Claro panel is disengaged from its installed position, the torsion springs are fully accessible to allow the removal of the Claro panel from the Ceilencio grid. To remove the panel, manipulate springs parallel to the panel edge. Depress the torsion springs and disengage them from the Ceilencio grid butterfly. Once the torsion springs are disengaged, the Claro panel will pivot on the 2 remaining torsion spring connectors, allowing the panel to hang from the Ceilencio grid. To remove the panel completely, disengage the remaining torsion springs from the grid. For more information on Decoustics Ceilencio, visit decoustics.com or call 1-800-387-3809.